Hello, what's going on, guys? It's boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Today is a special day, not for any particular reason besides the fact that I might have lost now 7 figures in poker over the past couple months, but I'm outside of Hustler, the stage room, and today is going to mark episode 1, Road to 1 million, the new bankroll challenge, because I just need to keep doing these because I keep punting off money. A couple years ago, I lost $10,000 at the lodge, and that was by far the biggest pot. It was like life-changing or year-changing at the time, and I needed to do a $10,000 bankroll challenge. It's starting in today, but this time for way more money, $1 million, and it's gonna start here, Max Payne Monday. I'm playing 10, 20, 40. I haven't played Max Payne Monday in a couple of years now, but I actually got this seat through a charity poker event during the Super Bowl, and I got second place, and I ended up winning a $5,000 buy-in here. So I'm gonna spin that $5,000, hoping into more money, but this is the beginning of the bankroll challenge, road to $1 million. Wish me luck. We've got a long road ahead of us, but here's to hoping to not tilt off all the money in a smaller game than I usually play. And yeah, without further ado, let's get this challenge underway. Here's to making $1 million back one step at a time. The road to 1 million starts here with a $5,000 buy-in. We're playing Max Payne Monday here at Hustler. The blinds are 10, 20, 40, and we're going to battle right off the bat with 6-4 of clubs in the big blind. There's a cutoff raise to $120. The small blind makes the call, and I'm happy to gamble, and let's see a flop as well. So 3 ways we go. The flop comes 6-5 deuce, 2 clubs, and what a flop and start for us. We've got the straight flush draw. We've got top pair. We've got the entire world, and the small blind actually leads out for $240. All right, happy to make the call. I don't necessarily want to bloat up the size of the pot just now, even though I have such a strong draw. But the cutoff decides to put in the raise himself to $1,000, and now the small blind who started this whole mess folds, leaving me in a decision with about $3,500 left in my stack. Now, you know, I didn't want to raise the 240, but I do want to raise the 1,000 because I'm just priced in here. My stack is pretty much committed. Even if I call, I have like 2K behind. So we are all in. DK, looking at his hand, top 2 pair. It's a pretty good one. He's going to stick in the call. And we're going to go and run it one time here on Max Payne Monday. To a run out we go. I think I have good equity against any overpairs, any flush draws, but not top 2 pair, unfortunately. Turn brick, river need a club, 9 of hearts is not going to do it. So immediately, you know, I get stacked, I get felted for my $5,000. Granted, this was a free roll technically. Shout out to Ryan and Nick for this $5,000. This was never going to last. But here we go, losing this pot, adding on for $10,000 more. Moving right along, about an hour and a half later, I go through some card death, picking up King 7 of clubs in the cutoff. There's an ungun player who limps, and I raise it up to $300. Ungun player ends up making the call, and we're going to go heads up to a flop of Queen 7-7 with a flush draw. Action's going to go check here. I wanted to slow play my trips because what a dream spot to be in. Turn is the jack of hearts, so the flush draw does come in. My opponent throws out $400 as a bet, and now I don't have much information about my opponent. I don't know how strong his hand is, but I think trips is good enough to raise. So, you know, I raised it up to $1,500, obviously getting a little bit dicey as the flush is out there, but not too concerned when my opponent makes the call. Maybe if I had some X-ray vision glasses, I would be concerned because you can see the cards on the graphic screen. Anyways, river is the ace of diamonds. It doesn't change a single thing, and I'm going to continue firing out when my opponent checks to me. I fire out $4,000. He snap calls, of course, with the nut flush. How can he ever fold? And there goes another $11,000 pot getting shipped to the man on mushrooms. Shout out to Nikos here, playing high and winning all the pots. Maybe I should probably try to employ this in my strategy. Let me know in the comments below, should I play with mushrooms the next time I play on Hustler? Shortly after that hand, I'm not super happy. 0 for 2 in these big pots. Queen 10 offsuit in the small blind. There's a bunch of players who limp, and I can't help myself but raise it up to $500 because why not at this point? Only one opponent makes the call, which is always nice, and the flop comes ace, queen, 4 rainbow. So middle pair, don't necessarily love it playing this pot out of position. Action's going to go check. Turn is the 3 of spades, brings in the backdoor flush draw, and I'm going to check one more time because I don't know how much money I really want to put in with second pair. Anyways, my opponent throws out $300, and this is happily a price I will pay. I make the call, and the river, 3 of diamonds. Here, I'd actually decided to lead. I don't even know if this is a bluff or not, but whatever. $500, he snap folds. So, hey, everything worked out. I win a small pot, little bit of a rebate from the first two, and here we go, trying to build some momentum to crawl out of the hole I'm in.
Hey guys, quick interruption because I got to tell you guys about Poker Coaching's biggest sale ever that they're ever going to offer you, because they're celebrating over $1 million in combined earnings from all of their coaches on the site and platform. It's actually over 127 million, but who's counting here? Anyways, to celebrate this huge goal and achievements, they're giving you guys the best deal for a 1-year premium membership of the entire site. So if you want to check this out and learn more about poker, I think this is a really great option and tool, and there's no better time because you get to save a bunch of money on a 1-year premium membership. So click the link down in the description below, pokercoaching.com/rampage sale. They're giving you guys exclusive access into this particular sale. I get a lot of questions asking me about how to get started with getting better at poker or having to learn and get some study tools. Well, to be honest, it's best to speak from my experience. Poker coaching was actually the first option that I went with. Learning from Jonathan Little is always a great idea. He's an expert into the game, and their coaches are really good with explaining really difficult concepts in easy to understand words and format. So can't recommend this site enough. And if you want to click the link down in the description below and save a bunch of money on a yearly pass, feel free to do that. So appreciate Poker Coaching for letting me share this opportunity with you guys, and let's get back to the video.
As the next hand gets dealt, about 10 minutes later after that, Queen Jack offsuit in the straddle. There's a cutoff raise to $200, and I make the call for just 160 more. And we're going to see a flop of Ace 7-6 all spades. I check to my opponent, and she fires out $400. Lulu only has about $1,200 behind this bet. I've got a flush draw. I know this is not good, but hey, let's gamble for, $2,000, I guess, with the flush draw, hoping that she can either fold or I guess I can just get there with a spade. Anyways, I'm all in, and my opponent goes into the tank with a hand that I definitely would have already called by now, especially against me, especially with someone who's been gambling way too hard in this game here today. And he ends up finally making the right decision, which is a call with ace-10 offsuit. So we're off to the races, all in again for a pot just under $4,000. We're off to the races, running it once. Need to see a spade, please? No. $3,600 pot gets pushed Lulu's way. This is another bad hand for me, losing more money, and pots getting pushed in the wrong direction. So here, about 4 hours into the stream, I'm down about $7,700. Not the most ideal start, but hey, there's plenty of time left to rebound right with 9-8 offsuit in the big blind. We're going to claw out of the hole this time. There's Nottingham player limp, bunch of player limps. We're playing a 7-way family pot, it seems like. The flop is 6-8-3 rainbow, so top pair and not the best kicker. I fire out $100, just a fun little teaser bet. See what the other opponents want to do. And here, 3 people make the call, so we're going to go 4 ways to a turn now, which comes a 9, which is really cool. Now I have top 2 pair. There is a straight that just got there, but hey, I'm going to be a little bit deceptive and check. Lulu throws out about a $500. There's the hijack player who makes the call, and now onto me out of position. Time to spring the trap. I certainly did not check top 2 pair multi-way to just flat call. I'm going to be raising to $2,100, trying to get more money in the middle, trying to get some value. As you can see, I am only value owning myself. Lulu makes the call, all in. Will I double her up again? Well, you can see she already has the check mark. When the other opponent folds, top 2 pair will not beat top set as the river is meaningless. And wow, what an unfortunate turn card. The one outer to get me stacked. And that's going to be another 5K pot to my opponent. Not very fun losing that one and moving right along, because what else are we going to do? We've got to win some hands eventually with 5-7 of clubs in the small blind. There's a button player who limps. I'm going to raise to $400, and we get, 2 people to make the call. So 3 ways to a flop we go of queen 4-4, completely just nothing for me with 7 high. It's not great that you're losing the pots when you flop something and just constantly not flopping other stuff. Anyways, action checks around as no one seems to have much, it seems like. Turn is the deuce of hearts, so seeing all this passivity on the flop, I'm going to go for a big bet here of $1,000. We get DGAF, Billy, in the big blind to make the call. He is certainly not one to give up when he thinks I'm bluffing. And he has pretty good instincts and reads because I obviously am bluffing. When the river is the 6 of spades, it doesn't change anything. Look, do I think Billy is going to be checking a 4 or a queen a lot on the flop? Maybe he can be doing this sometimes, but not 100% of the time. So I don't think he has much of anything. So I am all in. And here you can see Billy with king high has not folded yet after a few seconds of thinking. Almost a minute goes by and he still hasn't folded yet, which is a little scary for me. You know, I've been getting whacked all day, doubling every single person up at the table. I just want to win this one, please. And he eventually lets it go, but man, I'm really getting no credit here. If King High is going to take a minute to fold to me versus a 2x pot all in on the river, I don't have the best image, it seems like. So hey, look, I'm down $12,000, but at least winning this one was good for morale. As the beat rolls on, we're going to play more pots with ace 3 of hearts in the big blind, 3 people limp to me, and I am going to raise again to $400. Natucci on the left, 3 bets to $1,100. Here, I say this all the time. I certainly can fold, but hey, I'm talking about this hand, so you already know what happens. Let's just go to a flop and fast forward to 7, 9, 8 rainbow. Actually just check though, so feeling good about my ability to try to bluff him off this hand. When the turn is the jack of diamonds here, I definitely don't think Nick is going to be checking a 10 open-ended on the flop here, so trying to use that to my advantage, trying to just get him to fold anything, which is very silly. You know, I could barely get king high to fold last hand, but I'm going to throw out $1,000 into the middle, and Nick ends up making the call for 1,000. So we've got to bluff him on the river, and it's the 4 of clubs. So it doesn't change anything, and let's just put him to the ultimate test. Will he fold an overpair? Will he fold, I guess, a flush draw? I don't know. I throw $3,000 into the middle, and Nick goes into the tank here and starts thinking out loud. He loves doing this. Classic Nick here, saying 2 pair and straights beat him, but then calls anyways by giving me 3 chips. I just have to toss those chips right back to him and knock over a stack, muck my cards, and his pocket kings are going to win. Nice call, Nick. A little bit salty. You know, how can you say everything beats you and then call? I guess that's what happens when you have the reputation of being a punter, because that's exactly what I'm doing, punting chips to everyone at the table, losing a $10,000 pot here. Arriving at the last 2 hands of the night, Jack 9 of spades on the button. It's a natural 9. It's a fun suited gapper hand. 2 players limp to me, and I raised to 400. Big blind calls, underline calls, hijack calls, 4 ways to a flop. No one wants to fold versus me, and for a good reason. Why should they? Because I'm going to keep blasting off on queen, 6, 10, 2 hearts, and a spade. Action's going to check to me, open-ended here on the flop. Why would I ever slow down now? I bet $500. The big blind makes the call, and now on to Fred in the hijack, who's a newcomer in the game. He won this seat by random draw here at the Hustler earlier today, so he's free rolling like a $5,000, $10,000 buy, and he's all in for $3,600. You'd think Fred would be playing a little bit snug as he has this entire session, but hey, I'm stuck piles. How can I ever win the money back without gambling? And here we go. I snap call, of course, and we've got another all-in pot brewing. Jack high and a dream. Turn, brick, river. Need to see something, not what I wanted to see, and I just immediately mucked the jack high. Got to expect Fred to have something better, and his pair plus flush draw will hold, which is pretty cool, I guess. I was rooting for a king or 8, and I guess I didn't know I needed a jack as well to win. So that's another almost $10,000 pot to the other direction. And here we go, the very next deal, which is the last hand of the night. Thank goodness for ending this, because this was getting really bloody here. Jack 10 offsuit, raised up to $300. Nick and button 3 bets me to $900. I mean, at this point, does the extra $600 putting into the middle pre-flop matter? I don't think so. I call, and the flop is 6-4-4 rainbow. Action's going to go check here. I don't have anything. Luckily, get to see a free turn, which is the jack of diamonds. Brings in a backdoor flush draw. I check once again, hoping that he can bet on this high card, and he's not going to do that. Unfortunate, but the river is the deuce of diamonds, so the flush draw does get there. I decide to just blast off because I've been bluffing left and right. Can I at least get called when I have top pair and I'm betting for value? So I throw $2,000 out there, and just it seems like it's bad timing. Maybe everyone's getting a 6 soul read off of me, but for 2K he folds. This is probably the only time I actually had value on the river, and I'm going to win a small pot here. So gonna rebound. You can see on the graphics, it's not a pretty number, especially for a smaller game at Hustler like 10, 20, 40. And this is not the start to the road to $1 million. You know, it's going to be a road to $1 million plus $24,000, but we move on. So I don't even know how the fuck this happened, guys. Like, seriously. Bankroll challenge off, not to the best of starts. Somehow I lost 25K on stream immediately throughout the entire day. Like, I don't even remember playing like that many big pots, but I guess I just kept losing and losing and losing, and then suddenly I'm down 25,000. And suddenly I played more post stream, and the pain didn't end there because I didn't win any hands off stream either. So, got some work to do. $1 million bankroll challenge has turned into a little bit more than just $1 million now. In the game for $62,000, and I cashed out for $31,820. So that's the number, a big red mark of just a little over $30,000. So now I have to make $1 million and $30,000 somehow. I don't have a time date, but somehow, just in general through poker, which seems pretty impossible right now given how much I've lost. But that's the start. So thanks so much for tuning in. More videos to come. I'm gonna play more cash games, more poker, and I'm just gonna fucking try to win somehow. Wish me luck in this journey. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We've got more videos to come and maybe more to lose. I don't know when this losing will end. Anyways, here's to better luck next time. See you next time. Peace.